This coworker of mine brings another bottle. We get drunk. I'm talking about 2 hours into my shift and I'm gone completely. I go into the movie theater and the one I'm cleaning and I go to sleep. I fall asleep. Not only am I in my work uniform, I am asleep and people are coming to watch a movie and I am sleeping in the fucking movie theater. I slept through the whole movie theater, bro. The cleaning crew came in there and was like, yo, how long have you been in here? I was like, yo, what time is it? They were like, yo, it's 10 o'clock at night. I was like, I've been in here for 5 hours. Yo, what are some alcohol that you guys would never fucking drink again? I'm talking about that shit just bad taste, whatever. What are those?
I've got a good story. I've got a real good story.
Like it.
Okay, so everyone here knows my buddy Adam. Everyone that's listening doesn't know my buddy Adam. I don't care. He's my buddy Adam. He's a big old dude. Likes drinking. He likes shooting guns. Those are his two things. He likes hunting. He likes shooting.
He's like a big teddy bear with big guns and like beer-o-matic.
Yeah, got a big old beard, big bald head. A cool guy. We used to have crazy parties at his place. The craziest parties, like shit would just go down. I'm not going to share a lot of those stories, but shit would go down at some of Adam's parties. There was one party in particular where we came up with a phrase that we called belligerently sober. And what was going on at this party is Adam and I were trying to drink and get drunk to get on the same level as everyone else at the party, and we could not. We were drinking the shittiest beer in the world. We were drinking like Natty Light or something, trying to catch up to everyone. And we each went through a 24-pack of beer, trying to catch up to everyone at the party. God. And we drank these beers, and we peed a lot. But we were like, fuck. Like we finished our case of beer each, and we looked at each other. I was like, he's like, are you sober enough to do it? Are you drunk enough to do what these people? Yeah. I was like, no, dude. I was like, I feel fucking completely sober. And we were like, what the fuck? And we were so annoyed by everyone else at the party. They were so annoying this night. They were so belligerently, obnoxiously drunk that we just didn't want to fuck with them. It was just the two of us hanging out that night because everyone else was so annoying at the party.
Yeah, because you guys weren't drunk.
Yeah, so he pops to his room. He tells me, he's like, you know what? He's like, I got something. He's like, I got the fix for this. And he pops to his room and he comes back with a bottle of Bullet bourbon. And we just start passing this bottle back and forth, just swigging straight out of the fucking bottle, just swigging this Bullet bourbon. And we got fucking shit faced. We got faced so bad that the party ended. And I was living at his place this time. I was living in his spare bedroom. I woke up in the middle of the night, like 5 o'clock in the morning, before I puked, and I made it to the bathroom. Adam was not so lucky. Adam woke up mid-puke in his bed, on himself, just blah, all over, like ruined his bed sheets. And I cannot drink Bullet bourbon to this day. We did go out the next day to Dave & Buster's, and we drank a lot of Bullet bourbon to try to like cure ourselves of this hate of Bullet bourbon. It did not work for me. I still can't drink Bullet bourbon to this day. To this day, Bullet bourbon makes my stomach like clench.
That's disgusting.
See, I had a similar, actually not a similar experience because it wasn't anything to do with being sober or whatever, but stomach clenching. I could drink pretty much anything. If it's an alcoholic beverage, I'll fucking drink it, unless it's fucking tequila. I'm just not a tequila man. I find that shit disgusting. Like if I don't do the whole lime after a tequila, I swear my throat like locks. Like it's like, don't let it in. Don't do it. Dude, in college, I don't know what the fuck we were thinking, but we bought like a whole bunch of Coronas, and we bought the cheapest tequila you could find.
Oh no.
I'm talking about the cheapest.
The plastic bottle tequilas?
Yes. It was a plastic bottle tequila, blue label. I was trying to look on the internet to see if I could find it. So I could be bad mouthing a tequila, but I think it's this bottle that I'm looking at called Four Freedoms. Should be called the Four Fucks because the shit destructed us. What we were doing was, first off, we were already drunk. We went to the liquor store to get Coronas because we wanted to pour tequila into our Coronas. We got to the house and we fucked up. We bought a box of Coronitas. These idiots.
Oh,
these are
the
fucking
little ones.
We were so mad. We went back to the liquor store, took the Coronitas back, came back with the Coronas, dude. And then we just start like pouring like 2 shots of tequila into each of these Coronas and just chugging them. And it actually tasted fantastic. It tasted good.
It tastes good. There's a lot of joints here in Austin that they make frozen margaritas, and they have a little Coronita bottle like jammed into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tasted great. I remember thinking like, "Oh man, this is good." We had some Pizza Hut. It was just a good night. We had fun. You know, it was all good. And then, like Mateo said, I woke up in the middle of the night. My cousin E as my witness, because he was there and he got fucked up with us. That night was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster. I'm just trying to remember. Before I went to sleep, my wife was in Las Vegas, and her only request was, don't throw up on the carpet. My roommate, he had so much liquor, so much pizza. His head is doing this. He's just sitting, he's just doing this one. And so for the audio listeners, I'm just rotating my head like an idiot, right? Yo. And then I'm like, oh my God, he's going to barf any second now. And I'm like, yo, go to the bathroom. No, I'm good. Go to the bathroom. No, I'm good. And then he's like, and he's like heaving. So then I grabbed his head and I started like pushing it forward because we're sitting like on the dining table. So I'm trying to push his face so that he could throw up like on the table. But he's like resisting my push. Because he's sitting in front of the pizza, I guess. He didn't want to throw up in the pizza. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't want you to throw up in the carpet.
That's crazy.
He pulls back. He throws up all over like his chest, his stomach, and then, of course, on the carpet. So then we had to clean that up. Someone went in the bathroom and threw up in the sink.
That story I was just telling about the bullet bourbon, I'm pretty positive that was the same night that someone puked in the sink and stopped it up. And another buddy of ours was the hero that night because he got the plunger and he plunged that down the sink.
Oh, that's disgusting.
So
yo, fucking the plumbing up. Yeah. But yeah, he was the hero.
It's pretty similar, just way grosser. So one of my roommates, right after the other dude threw up in the sink and just clogged the whole sink, he went just straight serial killer mode. This dude had a hoodie on, so he had on long sleeves, and he just plunged his hands into like 4 inches of vomit, and he was just like jamming the chunks into the fucking like drain. It was disgusting.
No.
He unclogged it. Yo, so then
true heroes are unnamed.
This bathroom was just like, it was like there was throw up all over it. Drunk people try to clean it, but it wasn't like clean. It was still like little chunks of vomit all over the bathroom. It was fucking disgusting. Anyways, fast forward, I wake up in the middle of the night. Like, I'm like, yo, I made it. I went to sleep. Everything's good. I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to barf. So I run to the bathroom to go and throw up. I make it to the bathroom. Everything's perfect. I start throwing up. Oh, and it starts coming out the other hole. Now I'm shitting my pants. And I'm like, this is a fucking disaster. Like,
that's what you get for having Pizza Hut on top of bad tequila.
We were poor, Mateo. It was rough times.
Yo, Pizza Hut was my first job. I can guarantee you got some sort of bacteria.
Yeah. So yeah, after that, I was so grossed out by what occurred. We had 2 bathrooms. I was so grossed out by what I just did in the one bathroom that I was like, damn. I went to the puke bathroom and took a shower. Like that's how fucked up like my mindset was. So then I walked across the whole house, my fat ass, butt booty naked. My cousin, he wakes up, pin drop. I'm talking about like if you go like he'll like snap up like ready to kill you. So of course I walk. He didn't hear me wake up. He didn't hear me going to throw up. He hears me walk out the bathroom butt ass naked. He looks at me. He's like, "You good, Pooch? What the fuck?" I'm like, "Nah, son, I'm fucked." And then I just walked across the house, took a shower, came back to the bed, and fell asleep. But that was a fucking disaster, and it just solidifies. I want nothing to do with tequila. That shit, especially tequila in a Corona. I'm good. It ain't happening. I'm done with it.
I know.
Yo, I went shot for shot with somebody, and it ended my fucking relationship with a person. just me going shot for shot with someone else ended an entire relationship.
What were you drinking?
I was drinking Jameson, the IPA.
Damn.
Shit, that shit ended an entire relationship.
What were they drinking?
I don't even remember.
Should be like some bullshit, like Fireball, some weak ass shit.
Hennessy shots.
That's
Hennessy
rough.
shots. He was doing Hennessy and I was doing Jameson because I was like, I can't do this Hennessy shit. I'm like, just give me my own poison.
A mistake was made.
Yeah.
Nah, but I think mine is also tequila, but 151 is something that was the first off. This is the first alcohol or any type of substance I've ever had. At 16 years old, working at a movie co in City Place, I drank a whole bottle with a coworker of mine because he got it. I don't know. He bought it from a store or whatever. He got this bottle, and we're in the back hallways of the movie theaters drinking this shit. We get a large cup of Coke with mad 151, right? But then this shit tastes good. By the time I realized that we were still working and we only had 2 hours left of our shift, I was drunk. I was so drunk.
Wait, what time did your shift end before you know you were fucked?
11.
And your shift ended when?
12.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It is. Went for 4 hours. I was just drinking.
Is this you working at the movie theater? Is it one of those?
Yes.
Okay.
And
so before you continue, I just want to give a shout out to the producer / seducer. The Movieco master. Yeah, I used to go to Movieco. Sometimes he used to be working tickets. He'd get me in for free. Sometimes he was working concessions. And he'd be like, yo, B, they count the cup, so you got to bring the cup back. But he would give me a cup of soda. He'd be like, yo, here's the thing of popcorn. You got to bring it back. But yeah, I just used to get free, fire. No free candy. You can't get away with the free candy, but the free popcorn, free soda.
Shots to Felix because not only
you feel me?
The producer / seducer. I'm sorry, my brother, but he also worked at fucking GameStop. I got free shit all the time.
Wow, now we're snitching on GameStop shit. You are just
fuck GameStop. These niggas suck.
You are a Tekashi 6ix9ine ass nigga right now.
Fuck AMC. Fuck GameStop. Fuck all these assholes. Cheers to fucking that.
Also, how cool is this shot glass that I got, by the way? No one's commented on this shot glass, and I'm a little sad.
I just saw it right now for the very first time. I
I
haven't
little
seen this
overpoured.
before.
It's
What are you drinking? That looks like lemonade.
It is
Nigga
some
ain't been
deep
drinking lick. Nigga ain't been
some-
drinking lick. You weak.
Bitch, you
Some-
Man,
drinking
look, you
water.
seen his face? He's
You're not
eating.
drinking shit.
I got some Deep Eddy lime is what I'm drinking.
Deep Eddy lime.
Is
I've
that
never heard of
alcohol?
Yeah, it's lime flavored vodka.
Oh, kudos to you, Mateo.
I
good shit.
overpoured. I poured a shot for like 15 people.
This nigga's a dick.
that. That's terrible.
So who's up this time? Doty?
I was still talking.
So
Oh, go
it's
for it,
11
man.
o'clock.
So 11
Your
o'clock.
shift ends at
shift
midnight.
ends
and
at
you've been drinking
midnight,
for hours.
and there's like 5 movie theaters that need to be clean. So me, as a respectable employee, I grabbed my broom, I grabbed my dustpan, I threw away the alcohol bottle, went down to the storage closet, put my broom and my dustpan up on the hanger, and clocked out and went home. Came in the next day to work. They asked me specifically, "Hey, Jose, what happened last night?" The cleaning crew said that 5 of the movie theaters weren't clean. There was still trash everywhere. I was like, "Are you serious, bro? Those fucking kids went back in there again?" He's like, wait. He was like, what kids? I was like, bro, there was these fucking kids running around to the movie theater, and I was like, yo, you guys, there's no movie here. You guys got to get out. They had mad shit on them, and I don't know what the fuck they were doing. He's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, bro. You thought I didn't clean? You thought I didn't do my job, bro? Wow, bro. You know what? I'm just gonna go home today. I don't feel like working today. He said, no, man. I'm sorry. This and that. I'm like, all right, man. I was like, all right, whatever, bro. I go. This coworker of mine brings another bottle. We get drunk. I'm talking about 2 hours into my shift, and I'm gone completely. I go into the movie theater, and the one I'm cleaning, and I go to sleep. I fall asleep. Not only am I in my work uniform, I am asleep, and people are coming to watch a movie, and I am sleeping in the fucking movie theater. I slept through the whole movie theater, bro. The cleaning crew came in there and was like, yo, how long have you been in here? I was like, yo, what time is it? They were like, yo, it's 10 o'clock at night. I was like, I've been in here for 5 hours. Yo, they were like, what? I was like, yo, chill. Don't say nothing. Yo,
Tony, you're the working class hero we need.
Yo, that was me working overnight. For
it's
sure.
the worst, bro.
You gotta post
After-
a story on anti-work on
Yo.
Reddit. Yo, that subreddit is popping right now. Everybody's pissed off at work.
I worked the overnight for 5 years. I could say because I don't even work there anymore. And anyone who's listening to this who works an overnight, quit now. Find some other form of work to get this shit over with, nigga. You don't need this. This is not the type of work that suits people like me. But yeah, I work 11 to 7. I would sleep from 1 a.m. to about 6 a.m. Just knock the fuck out and just doze. And whoever needed my help, I would like barely wake up. There would be a part of my dream. I'm like, damn, did I do anything last night? Or was that dream that I was thinking about? Was that somebody who needed my help and I opened the door for them and shit? But I couldn't tell what was and what wasn't. I couldn't deal with it. Shout out to the people who are awake during the night times. Those people are needed, but not me.
That's crazy. No alcohol was involved though?
No, I just fell asleep during the job. My only alcohol story is Absolute Mandarin vodka. For the first time in my life, around the Warcraft, before World of Warcraft came out, there was like actual strategy games. So we were playing this game. My boy was like, "You want to take a shot?" And I'm like, "What's a shot?" They're taking shots. Absolute Mandarin. and I could never touch Mandarin alcohol the same way ever again.
That's funny.
Absolute Mandarin for me. Anything that's citrusy, but now I love citrusy IPA. Like that shit, blood orange IPA.
Damn. I don't know.
It's crazy how that shit goes back around. Like when
I
was,
can't drink any flavored alcohols. Like one time, me and my friend, we drank so much of like this fucking Bacardi raspberry.
Smirnoff has a specific hate in my heart. Vodka.
All right, so I gotta.
Is it Bacardi Raz?
It might have been. That raspberry was nasty, dog.
I
I
don't
know what you're talking
Fucking
about.
with Tony, yo. One time Tony's like, yo, you want to know what's the mix? What the fuck he told me? It's a rum, a white rum, Bacardi Superior. We caught Bacardi Superior and mixed it with ginger ale. Yeah, I did that. I've done that like 4 times in my life, and all 4 times I wake up to me vomiting in shock. I remember one time I was in shame. I immediately jumped out of bed, threw up on my way to the bathroom, and I'm in the shower, and I felt like that scene again. You know, I ain't got no hate for nobody, but that scene in fucking Ace Ventura when he finds out that Einhorn is a man and he's like doing the shame shower, like he's showering in the bathroom, but he's like shameful. He's curls up. That's how I was. I was like curled up into a little ball in the shower and vomiting in the shower. It was terrible.
He found out that Einhorn is a trans woman.
I was quoting the movie.
But
sure.
His quote in the movie is definitely that she's a man, but you know.
Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
I feel like Finkel was probably just living his truth, living her truth.
I'm not gonna lie. Alcohol has been the worst and best part of my life.
Also, I mean, Einhorn was hot. I would have made out with Einhorn.
Live your best truth. Cheers.
Is that a sloth on your shot glass there? That's a fresh shot glass. I see
that shot, nigga. That shit still had liquids in it.
That's a fresh shot glass. He just bought that. Look at that. It still got the price label on the bottom.
Anyways, like I was saying,
with the guilt trip.
The hell's wrong with this guy?
He's dying over there.
Double is now dancing on the back of his chair.
That one kid who was fucking dying from the alcohol. But he just wouldn't give up. He just kept dancing.
Club, right?
Pura vida, Costa Rica.
I hate that pura vida. Everybody,
niggas who have pura vida shit are dicks.
Is that a sloth or is that not a sloth? It looks like a sloth.
It's a sloth.
Do sloths come from Costa Rica?
I don't know. I don't know where I got this from, but somebody from who went to Costa Rica gave this to me. And now I'm taking a shot out of it.
How does it still have the price on the bottom of it?
Because I keep all the prices on that shit. Who am I?
Do you have the tag on that hat you're wearing right now?
I think it wants to return that shit
immediately.
Can we talk about that? Is that a side topic about like why people keep like labels on like the shit they buy? Like
they want to return
it.
It's a combination. It's a combination of maybe they want to return it, but also they want to show you how much they spent on something.
Yes.
So like when their shirt shows $150, they want you to see, I'm wearing a shirt. You might have noticed it. You might not have, but you noticed the price tag. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're going.
It's really tacky.
I agree, 100%.
A lot of things in the hood is tacky, but you know we did those things growing up.
Well, it's like keeping those little holographic stickers like on your fitted, right? Because that proves that it's a real fitted. It's legit. It's not a bootleg one I got down at the flea market or something. The Polga or something. It's a real fucking fitted.
You got the reflective gold sticker that says "New Era." That shit is saying your hat is official. Doughy's hat, Fugazi, we ain't
I
fucking with it.
took them off.
We're gonna clown Doughy later. Like
Facts.
that's
I
how
took
that
them
works.
off. They had them originally. This is a 59.50. I
Where's the hologram, dude? I don't see a hologram on that.
Fine, I took it off when I copped
If it ain't
it.
hollow, it ain't real low.
Wow.
Damn. That's that Fugazi.
That's that. You got that Fugazi, nigga.
Also, can we talk about Wugazi? Because Wugazi is one of my favorite things in the world. Y'all ever fuck with Wugazi?
I don't
What
even know
the
what
fuck
that
is that?
Okay, so Fugazi is actually they're like a punk rock band, right? Wugazi is this punk rock band. They took a lot of their instrumental stuff they did because a lot of their songs are very instrumental, but they mix them with like Wu-Tang Clan albums.
Ooh.
And they're called Wugazi, and they're fucking amazing. Like their combination of the two is so fucking good.
I get so mad when people don't send me these things originally. I'm like, how come you didn't send me this?
I'll send you.
He's
this.
jealous
I
and he's
did-
upset
yeah,
that you're
he-
bringing this on pod and not early
I'll-
enough for him to talk
I'll
about
send
our
it your way
music
because
podcast.
they did an entire album. It's the 13 Chambers Wu-Tang Clan album.
Yo,
and it's
RZA,
fucking
Liquid
amazing.
Swords, RZA Liquid Swords might be like the creation of like my brain was like, oh shit, hip hop. It was so good.
I'll tell you what. Going back to the topic with the alcohol, like I was saying, it's the best and the worst thing in my life, other before my child and all that. I'm saying like just going out and hanging with people. There's so many fights and discreps that happen with alcohol that the next day it's so funny. Like for example, I'm gonna keep people's names out of it as best I can, but I was drinking.
Just don't say him.
Yeah, I was drinking at my boy's house, and it was a weekend getaway. We were all having a good time, getting drunk or whatever. And the Pucho was with me. It was actually at his house.
I thought we were just keeping names on.
No, the name of the people. You and me are fine. And an incident happened to where my T-shirt that I had.
That's the best.
Yo, my T-shirt that I had, right? We got drunk. I think that night we had like 2 bottles of Jameson, the gallons, right?
I don't know.
You
We had a
mean
lot to drink.
A lot.
And we did the whole Harold and Kumar thing. We don't got a White Castle, but we went to Crystal's and we got a lot of the little mini burgers.
Shots.
Figures diarrhea and shit.
That's as close as you can get in
So-
Florida.
Yeah. So I took off my shirt some point of the night and I put it by the closet where the air mattress is at.
Mhm.
Throughout the night, you know, there was a bunch of us there, 4 or 5 of us there, you know, couples and shit. I was solo. And
Whoa, hold. Did you just throw a beer bottle across the room?
no, it was
It's
that
plastic.
plastic
Plastic.
salt or whatever the hell that shit
Yeah.
is.
I was like, holy shit, that's a bold ass move.
So
Not that bold.
I'm upset I missed it.
everybody goes to their section of the house, right?
Cheers.
And the couples, you know, they start doing the couple thing. My shirt's by my bed spot, you know, there's a couple over there doing couple things. About 3 or 4 a.m., I tell Pucho, yo, my nigga, there's cum on my black tee. He's like, cum? The fuck? I'm like, yo, go over there and look at it, my nigga. This nigga nutted on my shirt. No,
Yo,
my
I
nigga.
opened this shirt and that shit looked like Spider-Man shot mad fucking webs at this. Yo, it was like mad cum shots.
everywhere, right? Everywhere.
Shit
I'm
was so
fucking tight.
ridiculous.
Pucho's like looking at it like there's no fucking way. Hence, the person that I'm accusing of comes in the room and Pucho starts going and asking him questions like, yo, what were you doing? He's like, what? Yo, did you come over Caballo's shirt right now? Like, and this person said, what the fuck do I look like, nigga? What I look like nothing, and I nutted my woman, nigga, now no fucking shirt, nigga. And Pucho's like, look at the shirt. This looks like cum. And you was over there, and the shirt was over there. So what happened? And yo, Pucho It was so ridiculous, right? That we retraced our steps from the beginning.
Yo, he almost thought that he was like, yo, maybe I came into his shirt. Like he was almost accepting that shit.
Yeah, because of how. But
I picture Pucho with like the Sherlock Holmes hat on, and he pulls out a pipe from his pocket. He's over there puffing on this pipe. He pulls on a little sports coat, and he's investigating.
and it's
Like
funny.
the fucketh happeneth in the closeteth near the shirteth.
He goes into that slow mo like the movie, just recreating the scene in his head.
Bro, it's funny too because we were talking about this over in a span of like 5 hours. We'll stop talking about it, eat, do something, take some more shots, and then Pucho will be like, "Yo, but why would you nut in this man's shirt?" And then they'll come right back up. He's like, "Yo, fuck you and fuck Tony. I ain't da 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 da." And I'm like, "Yo, my nigga, you nutted in my shirt. I don't got no fucking shirts. I'm fucking tight at this point now because he's denying that he nutted in my shirt." And then now, the significant others come in the room, and we try to keep it because they don't need to know what we're arguing about. And what happens? This man Pucho says, "Wait a minute. Let's retrace the steps. Tony, what were you doing before you took off your shirt?" I was like, I remember I was sitting on the stairs.
Having sex.
No, I was by myself. I had nobody. I was not having any type of sex. I was on the stairs, and I remember I was so drunk that I got emotional over something. And Pucho was there with me. So I blew my nose into my shirt. And Pucho was like, "Yo, Tony." And he said it kind of quietly. So the person who was accused for the past several hours didn't hear yet. And he was like, "Yo, you blew your snot into your shirt." And I sat there with a thinking emoji, right? I was like, "Dude, oh shit." And it hit me. I'm an asshole. This man never nutted in my shirt. That's my snot. And then instantly I said, well, to myself, I was like, we should just keep it going and leave it as is. He's already said, my bad. What's the point now to even tell him what really happened? So we got
The
up.
story at that point was basically he busted his nut, he touched his dick, and just happened to touch the shirt on the way out, and that's where all the nut came from. That was, yo, the sad part about this, right? Men were raised in a very toxic manner.
Very.
And the very few instances where we could show emotion is A, intoxicated, and maybe not A and B, but sorry, because I'm saying we have to be intoxicated in addition to ideally being just around the homies. Like you don't want to be crying in front of women. You don't want to cry. You don't even want to cry in front of some people. Like there's a circle of people that you're willing to kind of put yourself out there. Let people see the what's underneath, I guess.
I think I've been raised wrong because I don't have those barriers.
I think you've been raised right then.
I'm an emotional guy, and sometimes my emotions spill over, and I have a heart that's full and it's full of love, and I don't feel shame about showing that. Like I think it's good to show that. I love all three of y'all. I love every single one of y'all on this podcast. Y'all are some of my best friends. I love this. Like I was alluding to earlier, I love everything about this.
Same.
And I don't have a lot of shame there. I consider y'all my brothers. I accept any of the stupid shit that I do, and I accept any of the weird shit that I do around y'all because I consider y'all family almost.
Shots basically. To that bitch. Shots.
Not even almost. I do consider y'all family. I mean, I go over there and I go over there, just it's me. I mean, Tony would love to share this Mateo drunk story, and we can share that on the podcast. I'm completely fine with that because
I just want a blurbly me just.
Butcher, you finish your thought. I'm gonna share. I'll share that blackout drunk story that Tony's been wanting me to share for 40 episodes, basically.
No, for sure. I think it's easy as years have gone by. When we were raised very. I mean, I grew up Catholic, so homophobia was like ingrained. So like telling another man like "yo, I love you" was one of the ultimate no-nos, right?
Mm-hmm.
As I've grown up, as I've gotten older, I've been more and more comfortable with that. I'm not even talking about telling people that you love them. It's more like telling people what you're sad about and weeping and crying and things of that nature. Basically where I was getting at was basically Tony was crying like a fucking baby because the conditions were met that it's okay to cry here, and we were having conversations that were deep. You know what I'm saying? We grew up
you see him still being dismissive of this, even though we all
100%.
are in agreement that this is this is not an unmanly thing. It's honestly, I think it's a manly thing. I think it's a manly thing.
I cried like a baby that night.
I think it's a manly thing to be able to be that open with your friends. I think that is one of the most brave things you can do in the world, is to be that open with your friends, that emotionally open with your 100%. Friends. I think that's a very brave act.
Yeah. Like Tony tried to downplay the situation when he was telling the story earlier, but the reality is we were talking about a ton of things that are difficult for us, right? The loss of family members, the loss of some of our best friends. Like, when you grow up in the hood, like people get killed, people go to jail, people die in a lot of different ways. And we're raised to, that shit is normalized.
What you're raised, as Tony said, to swallow that shit.
That too. No, exactly. That shit is normal. Things that I never thought were insane. Like I remember talking to some of my friends from college, right? Some people didn't grow up like that. And just just telling a story as simple as like, yo, when a fight would break out, like, what would you do? I'm like, yo, I would go to the fight. I want to see who's fighting. I want to see what's happening. And to hear them say, I would move away from the fight. Like, I wouldn't want to be caught in the crossfire. And I was like, what? Are you a fucking alien? You don't want to see a fight? And they're like, that's like the Coliseum. Like, what are they, gladiators? And I'm like, I guess I'm a fucking barbarian. Like we want to see that. Just like, yo, people are raised so fucking different. It's insane to me. But yo, we're taught from a very young age, don't display your feelings and things like that. I thought it was really cool that like, as we've gotten older, amongst our friends group, it's been something we've been more comfortable with. I'm not saying that we're 100% showing ourselves, but at the minimum, like, I've seen everybody cry at this point, and that's a huge fucking thing.
To this day, you start chanting "fight, fight, fight." I'm still gonna go line up in that circle and watch that
100%.
fight.
100%.
But speaking about alcohol, the first time I ever drank with y'all, the first time I ever met y'all, actually, because I knew Dowie for years and years and years. I knew the rest of y'all, but I've known Dowie the longest. But the first time I ever met y'all no, that's not true. The second time I met y'all in person, because we all met in New York before that. But the first time I met y'all in person in y'all's home state, like in y'all's territory, I wasn't used to the way y'all drink. And it was way different because in my group, you pour shots and then everyone does a shot. And then when the pouring happens is when the next shot happens. Y'all have a different method. Y'all have a method where you pour shots and you drink them at your pace and you pour your next shot and then you just sit on it for a little bit. I didn't realize that was the thing. So y'all poured me a new shot, and I was like, "Oh, it's time to take shots again. Let me take a shot." And then my shot glass went down, and then it got filled again. I was like, "Oh shit, what is happening here?" These guys either have the craziest alcohol tolerance in the world, or I'm just a lightweight. I was like, it's one of the two. So I took that shot, and then my shot glass was immediately full again. I was like, what the fuck? So I took that one, and then I put it down, and then y'all filled it up again. I was like, what the fuck is happening here? So in the span of the first 3 hours drinking with y'all, where y'all took maybe like 10 shots or something like that, right?
And that's Pucho's fault, by the way, because Pucho's the poor.
So if he loves doing that.
He doesn't do it for that reason, though.
I took at the minimum, I took double those shots because I kept shooting them, and then Pucho kept pouring them. I was like, what is the rhythm here? So at Pucho's old apartment, I had done 20 shots or something like that in 2 hours at this point, and I ended up in the bathroom. I went to the bathroom and I puked. I puked all inside his toilet. I tried to puke as carefully as I could so I wasn't making a mess, but I puked all inside his toilet. I was a mess. And then I came back out and I did one more shot, and then I passed out. And then Tony did Tony things to me while I was asleep. And then I woke up. And then I woke up and I partied again with y'all.
Yeah, fantastic night.
That was I'm talking about a fantastic night. Like was Doughboy there? Doughboy was there.
Doughboy was there because I had smoked a joint with Doughy or a blunt with Doughy by the lake that was next to Pucho's apartment right before we started drinking.
You know what's the most fucked up thing? I did a form of manipulation there, the earliest form of manipulation, because Pucho was against of all the fuckeries that I was doing. I grabbed Cheetos and I stuffed it in I've stuffed it in your nose, the gummy bears and all this shit. And Pucho was just not down for any of these activities. But he was down to watch me do it.
I am the lightest sleeper in the world unless I'm drunk, and then I'm dead to the world. You could grab me, pick me up, and put me in a car and take me to a city 200 miles over, and I will not wake up if I'm drunk. But if I'm not drunk, I'll wake up at the slightest thing.
When I tell you that we all fucking, even my wife, or at the time was my girl, my wife was even jumping in on it. Lacey was too. But once the whole crowd started shifting, Pucho was like, "Fuck it, let's take pictures," and it became magical. Because it's like, this is the second time I hung out with this guy, and he's so fucking drunk because he's just taking shots like a savage. That Pucho, and this is another thing too. Pucho pours shots because he wants everybody to make sure everybody's drinking their shots. Like he doesn't want no one to be left out. And probably he was drunk too, so he probably thought he didn't pour you, so he just kept pouring your ass a fucking
That's
shot.
a fact. I kept seeing Mateo's glass empty and thinking, what the fuck? I thought I poured the shots and refilling this shit.
And it's funny because it's like those nights, bro, the next day is shitty, but those nights are the best nights. Like, I don't know what we were doing either.
I booted and I rallied and I came back and I partied with y'all. I went to sleep. I came back. I partied with y'all more. I feel good about what I did that night. Your pictures are ridiculous. I just got your text.
Yeah, I sent it to y'all so you can fuck with the thumbnails. Like I'm saying, like the best nights and the worst nights is drinking with everybody and having a good time. No, you know what I mean? Like there's plenty more stories, but those got to get kept in the dark. But like I said, them shits is. I like getting drunk with people that are in a good mood when they drink. If you're a depressed drinker, I don't really want you around me.
I'm a depressed drinker. I talk as soon as I get
out of here, Pucho.
Nah, when I get intoxicated, I get happy. I'm a happy drunk. Like I want to have fun and all those types of things. But as soon as like we vibing in the crib, you start playing some music, I talk about the downest shit because it's like I don't know.
I want to talk about real shit when we get drunk. I think I'm similar. I want to talk about real stuff. I want to talk about like your feelings. I want to talk about like how you feel about things that have happened.
Yeah, and we've all been through some shit. Let's fucking talk about it. That's all.
Facts.
But shout out to that apartment. Yo, that apartment has been everything and nothing. That's the apartment where Mateo got blackout drunk. Tony got his shirt. Tony got his shirt. Tony got his shirt cummed on. I got married in that apartment. Tony proposed in that apartment. Come on. Tony proposed in that apartment. My wife, we had our kid in that apartment. I fucking love that place. You know,
that was Apollo's joint.
Yo, that was my dog's joint. All right. What do you have, Doy? That you were continuously attempting to cut me off in my beautiful soliloquy about the place where I live that you needed to get your word in. What the fuck do you gotta say? Tell me.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, this man's a dick. You know what we need to do, Pooch? Next time we go to Orlando, we need to knock on that door, and whoever's living there,
yo, give him a fucking shot.
Give him a shot. We'll go upstairs like, yo, we're taking shots right now, bitch. Like, excuse me, sir? Or excuse me? Shut up, bitch. Take the shot. We're going upstairs.
Non-alcoholic house.
And
they're going to be a bunch of Mormons. They're going to be like, hey, have you heard the good word about our Lord Jesus Christ, our Savior?
You know, but that house has a lot of good memories. A lot of fights, a lot of dumb arguments, but I loved it. Every single
that place, one night, it was like a whorehouse in that place. Yo, my roommate had one request.
Yo, that shit was
beast. Don't have sex in my room. That was not obeyed.
That was his roommate.
Roommate. I had a roommate in that apartment, and then it was my apartment later down the road. It was a lot of growth. You know what I'm saying? It was like the transition from the college years to the adult years. You know, there was a lot of growing up done there. There was a lot of wronging, but you grow. You know, there's growth. Yeah, one request. Yo, just whatever you do, don't fuck in my room, all right?
In his room or in his bed?
In his room.
It might have even been in his bed. I don't even remember. It was not obeyed. I know that. I remember
in his bed.
Yo,
I never lived in a roommate situation, but I'm not the person I would have had sex with, man.
Yo,
I apologize to our audio listeners because I have no idea what Joey just said. I think he had sex in that man's bed.
Is that bed made? Can I come home and present myself as someone else? Then that bed is getting made love in.
Yo, I'm telling
Joey,
you,
I wouldn't call anything you've done making love.
Diablo. That room has been.
That's a thing.
That room has been violated by several people several times that night. And when I tell you that he came home and the people were just finishing up, oh, that shit. As soon as I saw him come up some stairs and his bedroom door was shut and there was people in there, I fucking laughed.
My God.
I mean, Tony's, this is a brand new memory. I don't remember being that crazy.
I think they were coming out and he just like came. It just happened. I remember there and I was sitting there with a face like, this nigga's tight. He goes in his room, he comes back out and looks at all of us. I don't know what he did after that, but he went right back in his room. He knew niggas was fucking in that room.
I mean, he yelled at me and other people. He was like, I made one request. One request.
And I think even Pucho went in there and fucked too. And he has his own fucking room. Oh,
I love the man to death. All right. It's one of my best people.
He's a good guy. He's a Dolphins fan, but he's a good guy.
Damn.
Okay, Tony, get us out of here. I think we've exhausted our topics for the night.
This is what happens when we all drink together, guys. We just keep rambling on. Final shots for the road, boys.
Damn, you need to stop with all this shot talk, Mr. Water. Why don't for the shots for the road? Why don't you go and get the queen?
Come on. Shit
Yeah,
is,
do something for him.
Shots for the road,
You've
dude.
done nothing. Nothing.
nothing.
As
For
Dewey
our audio
Cox-
listeners, Tony is very begrudgingly walking over to get a bottle of whiskey that he hates, and he's gonna pull it straight into the gullet.
And he's wearing like
Yo,
crimson. bright as
nobody
red.
understood it today. I said I'm so hungry. Put food into my gullet.
Yeah, no
Nobody
one knows what that
understood.
word means except for Tony.
Straight into the gullet.
I need food into my gullet.
Look at how angry Tony's face. He hasn't even taken this shot yet, and he looks furious. He's gonna have the angriest sleep of his life after taking this shot. He's got. Is that a shotgun case? Shot glass.
little buck.
You put a,
Shot, right? No, you weren't. Yeah.
It's right
to
here.
to all our listeners. This is your cue to take a shot with us. The One Up Podcast loves you. We just want you
Shout
to
out.
listen and put our words into your ear.
Cheers.
And Doughboy
Cheers.
screams.
Salute.
We didn't do any of our normal shout outs this episode, but I think Tony's going to fix that once he's done dying from this terrible whiskey that he's drinking. I start him off. To all of our One Up Podcast listeners, all you people clicking on our videos and liking them, looking for this hot and ready content. Tony, take it away.
These beautiful fucking vids.
All
Like and
these-
subscribe. Okay. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're about to be on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, and all the podcast services around the fucking world. Okay.
We got that fire spirit. We're
The
on
Angels Fire.
We're on Stumble Upon. We're on Zynga. We're on MySpace.
Put it like this to the people.
Mi Gente, Black Planet. Y'all don't remember all these social media websites before social media websites? They were crazy.
We're on Grinder.
E-Bombs World.
We're on eFucked.
E-Fucked it was fire.
As the sober one here, let me take over now. Guys, thank you for listening this far along with these drunk baboons here. And as I always end it, go one up yourself.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.